Well, the key thing that triggered this project was the wind down of making electricity from coal in Ontario. The government in Ontario had committed to no coal after 2014, so they needed to have something to replace that. Biomass was looked at as an opportunity. There was really few agronomic studies done. How do farmers grow this? How do they seed it? How do they plant it? How do they harvest it? How do they fertilize it if need be? What pests are there? If you look at a purpose-grown biomass crop, which is what we're really talking about, the two that come to mind are miscanthus and switchgrass. So those are perennial crops. You grow a large amount of mass, so a quantity of something, and then it's that volume. What do you do with it? So the purpose of the project was to work through all of this and really discover what's the value chain. Is there a market? How do you fill that market? And then does it make economic sense for farmers? The crops were grown on quite a number of different soil types, a number of different heat unit regions to see what works best. There's lots of possibilities here for the marginal parts of the farm or farms that are in marginal growing areas. That's probably the greatest opportunity as another option for those soils. With global warming, as we start to open up some of the northern parts of Ontario for cropping, biomass offers some real opportunities there. Corn and soybean prices are pretty good now, but they have their cycles and their ups and downs, and when they go back down, biomass is a long-term steady alternative for farmers. A lot of the results have been that there's really no spray required, which is nice, could fit well into an organic setup. Along the way, we've discovered what's the best way to plant, what's the best way to fertilize. We found, of course, that the nutrient requirements really aren't that great. You'll fertilize it certainly either using manure or fertilizer in the establishment year. Farmers have been able to adapt conventional haying equipment, both for cutting and raking and baling and so on. There are obviously bedding opportunities for livestock. It's a very high quality product there that can be used in a bedding mix. The crop will fit in a long-term crop rotation. Shale gas came on stream, and it became apparent very, very quickly that if the large coal plants in Ontario were going to be converted to anything, it was likely to be natural gas. So the original market that this project was considering servicing is now essentially gone. But along the way, we've discovered that biomass has great opportunity for home uses, greenhouse uses, small industry heating uses. And then, of course, there's the whole bioplastics market. A lot of things that we use in everyday life have the ability to no longer be made from petrochemicals, but made from purpose-grown biomass crops. So there's a lot of new markets along the way that are developing that actually offer farmers a much higher rate of return.